Hello, and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to work on stage 51 of the Alien Xenomorph. And as you can see here, I've got lots of parts of the arm all over the place. Make sure I've got my glue. Unfortunately, it's been about 3 weeks since I did anything on the Alien. Got busy doing other things. So, let's get out the parts. We got, let's see, let me roll this down. I've got a PDF up here in front of me. This is humerus joint number 1. Several parts in these bags every time. We got humerus joint number 2. What is this thing? It's just a bush. Got a sleeve here. Let's see, what is it? That is the elbow skin. Right humerus. Got some magnets in here. Got some screws, a nut, some spare screws, and I have my more powerful magnets right there. So, I'm not throwing the bags away yet because who knows when. How long I will need them. It's not a whole lot of magnets. Let's see. This time there's only 4 magnets. That's actually a good thing. So the first thing they tell you to do is to take this part out of here. And it has been a while, so all the glue is pretty well set. Fit 4 magnets in circular recesses inside of here. And what they're going to do is, let me just double check. Yeah, we've got 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to go in here somewhat like this. So I'm going to have to get the magnets glued in there and then go from there. So that means I might be pausing the camera for a while. Let's see. Actually, I shouldn't have to because we do the elbow first. I'm just looking. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue into each of these spots. Actually, it doesn't have to be the black super glue because the black super glue is flexible. You need the flexibility of the black super glue for some spots. So we're going to put a little bit of glue in here, a little bit of glue in here, and here. And then this one's going to be interesting because it's a slot. Set the glue off over here. Make sure that this one is in place. And see if I can avoid gluing myself to the kit. So that one is in place, kind of. That's better. Slides in there pretty well. And the key is to get the magnets in place where they need to go and then let them set up. These are actually, I think, smaller magnets than the other ones. So that one's going to go in there. Is it in place? It is. They're actually popping into place really nicely right now. Oops. Tried to put that one in backwards. So now we're going to take this and set it off to the side because we're just going to let that glue cure. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the arm piece that we worked on last time. We have this elbow here. Take the right arm assembly from
previous stage, carefully open the elbow skin, fit it over the elbow as shown in the diagram. The narrow end fits the radius. Okay, so the narrow end is going to be on here. And we're going to fit it over these raised screw sockets. It's a little bit odd for me right now because I'm actually looking at the opposite screen for my instructions. So I'm looking, trying to make sure, okay, that's going to be my spot that tells me where everything's going. So we're going to drop this over here like this. And we're going to put the other one over like this. And you can see those screw holes now. And we're going to push this one across. And we're going to hit that screw hole. Not really screw hole, those are the posts where the screws are going to go. You can see there's two there, there's two there. You know, folks, let me switch this around because it's very difficult for me to see what I'm doing on the video because of the positioning. There we go. And drop that side. There we go. I can now see, for the most part, everything on the PDF, which is what I need. Next step, elbow skin is held in place using 4 flange screws, which I believe that's these ones here. Yeah, they're the only flange screws that are in this pack. So we're going to take these 4 screws, we're going to drop them in there, get really plastic that they came in. And we're going to put them in here. This I liked a lot, the way they've done this. There was only some way they could have actually made screws go through the plastic to hold it down here and look good. So this is going to go down here, and what I'm doing is I'm getting all 4 of them started before I tighten them all the way down, just like normal. There's 3, and number 4 is about to go on. And 4 there. Now we're going to go back and tighten all of these completely down. Now if I tried, I could easily pull the skin over top of the screws. And this is just like the magnets. This is just to hold it in place while the glue sets up, really. So these are going to push across like this, and you'll see there are some holes and some almost pins in here. Just a second. There we go. Change it from studio mode so I can actually see. Then we're going to take the wrist, which was removed last stage, carefully open and fit around the right arm. We're going to take this skin that we removed last stage, and it is not glued down on here. I think it's going to work out better gluing that down after the fact. Just looking to see, okay, this is the way it was supposed to be on here. Push this down like that, covering up those screws. I could be wrong. I could be making a huge mistake by not gluing this cuff on first. But I'm going to show you how it's going to go on here, and then I'm going to do all the gluing of this
off camera because it takes a long time. I have to do a little bit at a time. I zip tie it, I do a little gluing. Zip tie it, do a little gluing. So let's see. Radius skin in place. Let's see, hold in place until the glue's hit. Glue edges, radius skin. Okay. So we can set this aside for right now. Because this is what we're going to be doing off camera, is gluing all of this together. And I turn that around. Key thing is your pins inside here are going to line up on here and still make a cuff for your wrist. I'm going to do it the way I'm doing it. I'm going to glue this down first, then I'm going to glue this over top of it. It just, to me, is going to work out better. So we're going to set that aside right there. The next thing they have us do is take this piece here, double check, yep, that piece here, we're going to drop this bushing down on here. We're going to take these two pieces and lock them together. We're going to put a nut in each of these holes here, run the screw down through. So let's go ahead and get those out. Drop the nut down in here. And I'm going to put this screw in through here. And I can't use that screwdriver because it does not fit the cross point on the screw. Right now, all I'm doing is getting it caught on there. Do the same thing over here. Tweezers to get this nut actually in here correctly. Right now the nut is not wanting to fall down into the hole. Let me see if pushing the screw up will make it go on there. There we go. It's pulling down into the hole. We're going to pull this tight, or we're going to tighten this. Basically, the screw, as you tighten it up, is pulling the nut down tight, like that. And then we're going to set this on top of this area for the bushing, if it will fit. Let's see. No. Fitting the assembly over the bush. Make sure. Slight ridge. Fits the slots. Just looking to see. I don't see anything that should be stopping it. So it goes on there like that. Wow. Let's just make sure. Take a look at it the other way. So it goes on this way. Let's try it this way, see if it still fits. I don't think there's a directionality of the shoulder. I like that better. It moves a little bit better. So that goes on there. You can see the bushing is down inside there. This is where it's going to get interesting because they want me to clamp it onto here.
which I can do. Let's see. So yeah, this is about as far as we're going to be able to go, because the next thing we're going to be doing, take that off of there, and I'll actually put this together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece here, actually, yeah, it's this piece here. We're going to take it, flip this one over on top of it like that. Make sure we did not lose any of the magnets. This is going to rotate around here like this. This is the key thing, is making sure you have it on the right spot. That doesn't look right, but that does. So we're going to rotate it around. And here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So here is how it looks right. The other way absolutely does not match up. So we're going to rotate this around here like this. And then we're going to set this piece on top here, making sure we get the post through there. Once this is in place, we're going to put, let's see, we're going to put 5 screws, 5 of these screws through, holding it together. There are 6 screws, so I'm going to take one at a time. We're going to start with the one that goes in the most out of the way place, which is right here into the actual socket of the arm. Tighten that down a little bit. Just getting them in there enough to hold the parts together for right now. Second one. Third one is going to go right here. That looks like it goes straight through. So it should be this one. And then there should be one more right here. We're going to tighten these all down completely. There's one. There's 2. And I have to say the heads on these screws are very close tolerance. There's 3. You can't, if you try and use the wrong size head for the screwdriver, it won't work. Just flat out will not. I think I'm missing that one completely. We'll go with this one here last. Again, I've said it before, black screws in a
dark area going into black plastic. I think that one, even though that one may or may not be good, it actually is. So now the next thing that has to happen is we glue. Is that the right side? Maybe not. Maybe it's, yeah, it's this one. So the next thing that has to happen is we glue all these parts together like that. That's all going to be done off camera. This part's going to go on here. There's going to be a part on here. But all that's left to do in this stage is glue the pieces together. Glue the skin together. Once the glue is all set on these, I'll come back and maybe the next episode I might do a issue 51.1 so that I can show this at the show. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to glue all this, do a 51.1, show all the seams glued together, just so that you can see how it went together. So at this point, I'm going to stop the recording, and we'll see how it works out once I glue everything together. That is literally going to take probably the next week to get all of that done. So I shall see you in a few minutes when I record the next segment. Okay, finally back to this. It's been actually about 2 weeks and everything is glued down, except I just realized one spot I completely missed gluing. Let's go ahead and get these straps off, or not straps, but the zip ties off of here. And I can show you why I take so long to do this. You know, I could have done it a lot faster. It's just that working for a living gets in the way of building a model. So I'm popping all of these off, and I'm actually very pleased with the way it came out. And you can still see the seams a little bit. I don't think you're ever going to be able to get these seams completely perfect unless you go back, you sand it down, and then you come back with the same material as the sleeving or the skin is made of, and recast right over top of the parts. For part work, this is probably the best I'm going to get. Right now, I'm trying not to cut the skin as I cut these last zip ties off, because this is kind of a interesting area to work. So from a distance, it doesn't look bad. You can see the seam here. That one was a little bit of a pain in the behind. There's the seam here, which one of the pipes is going to run next to. I don't think there was a seam on this side. There's a seam here, and again, this one here is going to be pretty well disguised, I think. Yeah, there's the seam here as well, is pretty well disguised. The one seam I just realized I never glued is right here, and it is very visible. So what I'm going to have to do, and I'll do that after this video, I'll come in here and I will figure out a way to actually spread this a little bit over. I might actually just leave it the way it is, because no, actually I should be able to get some glue down in there. It won't be as much glue as it would have been before if I'd have done it at the right time. But this is down inside the elbow, where I don't know how obvious that's going to be. It's going to be obvious if you bend the elbow, because it's going to pop open. But I might be able to do something with the zip ties and get that to sit down in there. take these parts back out. These are not glued yet. Yeah, that's the only ones. And we're going to go back and do 46, which was down here on the lower piece of the arm. We've got B1 and B2. I'm going to get the glue. I'm going to go ahead and glue these in place. Sitting here looking right at it. I'm going to glue these in place so that they're there. And I think it worked out really well. Actually, I'm sitting here looking. Oh, okay. I'm sitting here looking at this going, where does this go? It goes right here. I was thinking it would run the whole length, but it doesn't. It goes right here, like that. Might be a better idea to put B2 in place first. Go ahead and shave that little piece down here so that these pieces will match up. Take this off of here. And at this point, since it's not going to be flexing, I can use either regular super glue or the black. I'm going to use the black just in case any of it seeps out. So I'm just going to run it down here, down the whole length. Just making sure I've got enough in here. And in case any runs out or like I just did there, color outside the lines. So we're going to put this down in here like this. Hold it in place. Like that. Matching up. And I just got glue on my thumb. This is always a messy job. Matching up these little pins along with the tabs. This might have been better because right now this one is not wanting to sit in place. Maybe I'm thinking the black super glue takes a little bit longer to dry. So we'll be using clear super glue on the rest of it because this is all popping up right now. But that's basically how they're all going to go together. Not sure if I'm going to do these on camera or not because, like I said, yeah, it's not setting up really fast. So I'm going to go back, but here you can see what the plan is. I'm going to go back. I'm going to get the more zip ties. I'm going to put zip ties on here to hold this down. The rest of these will all go in with regular super glue, which dries almost instantly. This stuff takes a few minutes to actually set. It says 20 to 45 seconds cure time, but it's not working that quickly. So let me hold this for a second. See? I'll apply it with pin vise. This is the one spot that is going to keep being an issue. There. Hold that there. The rest of it seems to be setting up, except for this one. Yeah, I'm going to zip tie this and then finish it up, and we will revisit this at the beginning of the next video. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and talk through the outro while I'm doing these zip ties. But like I said, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you're enjoying this build. If you are, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know what you think of my methods, because there's a couple other people who've done this, and I'm curious what you think of my methods. Yeah. Like I said, like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the bell icon. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying this video, and if you are, check out my other videos. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video.